Hi guys, it's Platinum, and purpose of this video is it's another hilarious story. Right, first of all, for those of you who don't know, if you go back to my videos, I just finished a 7-day suspension on Facebook. Why? Because I watched a video that was posted on Facebook by Insulate Britain, and in the video, this man goes, we will block every road in Britain if we have to. We will hold up everyone in Britain if we have to until our demands are met by the government. You know, basically the guy's talking like a terrorist. So I turned around and I put, a round of drinks to the first driver who drives through the barricade. Right? LOL. Now, Facebook deemed that, they judged that to be bullying. Right? Now, in the past, I'll give you a bit of a background and a few facts here. In the past, I've had people attempt to bully me on Facebook, right? Usually they fail, but sometimes they do get a rise out of me, especially when they bring my kids into an argument. But people have insulted me, used childish name calling, insulted my disability, mocked my disability, actually tried to bully me based on my disability, slandered me, lied about me, basically tried to get everyone to gang up on me, you know, on Facebook, spread lies about me, things like that. They've also sent me death threats and threats with, like, weapons, and sent death threats to my kids. Well, sent death threats to me about my kids. Basically saying that when they're done stabbing me, they're going to go and stab my kids. Right? I've reported those comments and those messages on Facebook, and Facebook have replied to me with the comments and the messages do not violate our community standards. So basically, what Facebook is saying is you can threaten someone, you can bully someone, you can make fun of someone's disability. Basically, you can even make racist comments, right? I've had racist comments made against me. You know, unfortunately, you know, yes, there are people who have made racist comments about me because I'm white or Caucasian, whatever they call it. You know, and because I'm English. I'm actually half English, half Irish, but that's irrelevant. But you know, you can, according to Facebook, you can do all that, right? You can attempt to bully someone, you can harass someone, you can lie about someone, slander them, you can make up stories about someone, you can say they've done something when they haven't, you can bully them, you can try and intimidate them, you can threaten them and threaten their families, right? And threaten people with weapons, you know, and basically commit hate crimes online. But Facebook, it doesn't go against their standards. But make a joke about driving through a barricade of protesters, and that's bullying. Right? Anyway, that's the Facebook story, right? The 7-day restriction on Facebook's come to an end. Just as that's ended, a 7-day restriction has started on Twitter for the same thing. Right? This is why it's funny. Now, on Twitter, here's the difference. On Twitter, there was a video posted, and it was a different video. I think it was a woman was like nudging the protester forward with her car, and I said something like, "I fully support this protester. You know, she should have just driven straight through them." Sorry, I fully support the driver here. She should have just driven straight through the protesters. Right? That was what my tweet was. You know, I fully support the driver. She should have just driven straight through or kept on driving. You know, something along those lines. I remember reading the tweet that I got suspended for. I had to delete it. So, you know, yeah, I fully support the driver here. She should have just carried on driving, driven straight through them. It was something along those lines, right? Now, that was deemed by Twitter as bullying and harassment and a breach of their policies and of their community standards, a breach of their rules, a violation of their rules, because it was bullying and harassment, right? Now, I could understand that except for the following. I have reported people in the past for, again, making fun of my disability, committing hate crimes against me, making racial slurs against me, right? Threatening me with weapons, threatening my children with weapons, and there was someone on Twitter who actually said to me, I hope you get cancer and fucking die. Right? Ha ha. Yeah, get cancer and die, you fucking gimp. That's what was said to me on Twitter. I reported that and Twitter said it doesn't violate our community standards. It doesn't violate our rules. Right? But none of that, attempting to bully someone, intimidate someone online, harassing someone, slandering someone, all that doesn't result in a suspension because it doesn't violate their rules. But apparently, supporting someone driving through a protesters does. So, in conclusion, social media is a fucking joke. They literally haven't sat down and thought about their community standards. If that's what the reply we're getting of every time is, because that's what's happening. I'm reporting people for actually threatening people and actually making death threats, actually making insults, hate crimes, everything, and we're getting nowhere. All we're getting is, it doesn't violate our community standards or it doesn't violate our rules, right? Yeah, saying I support this driver, they should have kept driving straight through the protesters, that is a violation, apparently. That's how stupid social media is. Or at least the people who run them. I mean, the only thing I can assume then is what's happened is, with the Facebook and the Twitter, is someone, either an Insulate Britain member or an Insulate Britain supporter, has been reading through their comments, and every time they see one that they don't agree, that disagrees with them, they go, it's not fair. Someone disagrees with us. It's not fair. They have a different opinion. It's not fair. Everyone has to do what we say. And then they've reported it to Facebook and Twitter. And Facebook and Twitter have come in like, we can be your hero, snowflakes. We can stop other opinions. We can be your hero, pussies. Basically, Facebook and Twitter have come in and went, you know what? You little cowards, you little wusses who don't like to hear different opinions, we'll save you from all that. You know what? Don't worry, we'll protect you. Because we're real heroes. We protect snowflakes and cowards like you from people who dare have a different opinion. From people who dare disagree with you. Or the methods you use. But, anyway, like I said, they've come in and they've saved the day because they've given you a 7-day restriction or 7-day suspension. Which, to be honest, is quite laughable. So, one thing I've learned from Facebook and Twitter now is you can be as abusive as you like. You can call people childish names. You can threaten them. You can do all sorts, but don't ever make a joke. Because a joke will get you suspended. Trolling someone, slandering someone, abusing them, threatening them, wishing death upon them, wishing illness on someone, racial hatred, racial slurs, all that is okay on Facebook and Twitter, but don't dare make a joke. Don't dare have a joke. You will get suspended. At least that's what's happened with me. I've had all that. I've had racial abuse, hate crimes, death threats, threats of illness, slander, bullying. I've had all that and they've done nothing. I make a joke and they suspend you for 7 days. Oh well, that's social media. I can't wait to see what happens next. Well, stay tuned.